Picture this, a city, thriving and alive one moment, swallowed by the sea the next. No warning, no trace, just gone. This isn't the plot of a Hollywood movie. This is Helike, a real city in ancient Greece that vanished overnight, leaving behind a mystery that has baffled historians for centuries. And that's just the beginning. From ancient computers that defy our understanding of technology to secretive rituals that shaped the fate of empires, ancient Greece is a treasure trove of forgotten mysteries waiting to be uncovered. In this video, we're diving deep into 25 of the most fascinating, puzzling, and downright eerie mysteries from this legendary civilization. These aren't just stories, they're windows into a world that shaped history as we know it. Why did the Oracle of Delphi hold such power? What really happened to the lost treasures of Delphi? And could the myth of Atlantis have roots in a real-life disaster? By the end of this journey, you'll not only have answers to these questions, but also a newfound appreciation for the secrets that ancient Greece has kept hidden for thousands of years. So, if you're ready to step into the shadows of history and uncover the truth behind these ancient enigmas, keep watching. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's turn our attention to the first mystery on our list, the lost city of Helike. Imagine a bustling Greek city, alive with trade, culture, and life, only to vanish without a trace in a single night. This isn't a myth, it's the story of Helike, a city that was swallowed by the sea around 373 BC. According to ancient accounts, Helike was struck by a catastrophic earthquake, followed by a massive tsunami that submerged the entire city. The disaster was so sudden and complete that even the city's exact location became a mystery for centuries. Helike wasn't just any city, it was a major religious and political center dedicated to Poseidon, the god of the sea. Its sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through the ancient world, with many interpreting the event as divine punishment. But what really happened? Modern archaeologists have pieced together clues that suggest Helike was built on unstable ground, making it vulnerable to seismic activity. The combination of an earthquake and a tsunami would have been devastating, burying the city under layers of sediment and water. For years, the location of Helike remained a mystery, with historians and archaeologists searching in vain. But in the late 20th century, a breakthrough came when researchers discovered remnants of the city buried beneath a coastal plain. Excavations revealed pottery, coins, and even parts of buildings, offering a glimpse into the life of this once thriving city. Yet, despite these discoveries, many questions remain. What caused the earthquake? Could the city's destruction have been prevented? And what other secrets lie buried beneath the waves? As we continue to uncover the truth about Helike, one thing is clear. This ancient city serves as a haunting reminder of nature's power and the fragility of human civilization. But Helike is just the beginning. Next, we'll explore another marvel of ancient Greece that challenges our understanding of history, the Antikythera Mechanism. Stay with us because this one will truly blow your mind. Now, let's shift our focus to a discovery that has left historians and scientists utterly astounded: the Antikythera Mechanism. Picture this, a corroded, fragmented device pulled from the depths of the Aegean Sea, only to reveal itself as one of the most sophisticated pieces of ancient technology ever found. This isn't just a relic, it's a window into the ingenuity of the ancient Greeks, a civilization far more advanced than we often give them credit. The Antikythera Mechanism was discovered in 1901, when sponge divers stumbled upon a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera. Among the treasures recovered was a lump of bronze and wood, initially dismissed as a curiosity. But as researchers began to clean and study it, they realized they were looking at something extraordinary. This device, dating back to around 150 BC, is now recognized as the world's oldest known analog computer. So, what exactly did this ancient machine do? The Antikythera Mechanism was designed to predict astronomical positions and eclipses with remarkable precision. It could track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, and even calculate the dates of upcoming Olympic Games. The complexity of its gears and dials suggests a level of mechanical engineering that was thought to be impossible for its time. In fact, nothing comparable would be seen again until the development of mechanical clocks in Europe over 1,000 years later. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The mechanism wasn't just a tool for astronomers, it was a testament to the ancient Greeks' deep understanding of mathematics, physics, and the cosmos. The device's intricate design hints at a culture that valued both scientific inquiry and practical application, blending the two in ways that still leave modern researchers in awe. Despite decades of study, the Antikythera Mechanism continues to hold secrets. Advanced imaging techniques have revealed inscriptions and hidden gears, but much about its construction and purpose remains unclear. Who built it, how widespread was this technology, and what other groundbreaking inventions might have been lost to time? As we piece together the story of the Antikythera Mechanism, one thing becomes clear. It challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. This wasn't just a tool, it was a masterpiece of human ingenuity, a reminder that the past is far more complex and fascinating than we often imagine. And speaking of fascinating, our next mystery takes us to the heart of ancient Greek spirituality, the Oracle of Delphi. Stay tuned because this one is shrouded in prophecy, power, and a touch of the divine. Now, let's step into the realm of the divine and the enigmatic, the Oracle of Delphi. Nestled on the slopes of Mount Parnassus, the Oracle was more than just a figure of myth. She was a central pillar of ancient Greek society, shaping decisions that altered the course of history. Imagine a place where kings, generals, and ordinary citizens alike journeyed from far and wide, seeking guidance from a woman believed to channel the voice of Apollo himself. The oracle, known as the Pythia, was no ordinary priestess. She was chosen from among the local women, often of humble origins, and served as the mouthpiece of the gods. Her prophecies were cryptic, poetic, and open to interpretation, yet they carried immense weight. Leaders like Alexander the Great and Croesus of Lydia sought her counsel before making critical decisions, from waging wars to founding cities. Her words could inspire confidence or sow doubt, making her one of the most influential figures in the ancient world. But how did the Pythia deliver these prophecies? The process was as mysterious as the messages themselves. Before each session, she would undergo a ritual purification, bathing in the sacred Castalian spring and burning laurel leaves. Then, seated on a tripod above a fissure in the earth, she would inhale vapors rising from the ground. These fumes, believed to be the breath of Apollo, would send her into a trance-like state, allowing her to deliver the god's messages. Modern science offers a fascinating explanation for this phenomenon. Geological studies suggest that the Temple of Delphi was built over a fault line, releasing ethylene gas, a substance known to induce euphoria and altered states of consciousness. This natural occurrence may have played a key role in the Pythia's prophetic visions, blending the mystical with the scientific in a way that the ancient Greeks could not have fully understood. The oracle's influence extended far beyond the spiritual. She was deeply intertwined with Greek politics, often serving as a mediator between warring city-states or advising on matters of statecraft. Her prophecies were not just personal guidance but tools of diplomacy and power. Even when her predictions were ambiguous, they carried an air of authority that could sway public opinion and shape the fate of nations. Yet for all her power, the Oracle of Delphi remains shrouded in mystery. How much of her prophecies were divine inspiration, and how much was clever interpretation by the priests who served alongside her? What secrets did she take to her grave? These questions linger, adding to the allure of one of history's most fascinating figures. As we leave the sacred halls of Delphi, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece continues. Next, we'll venture into the labyrinth of Crete, where myth and reality intertwine in the legend of the Minotaur. Stay with us because this tale is as thrilling as it is perplexing. Now, let's turn our gaze to the island of Crete, where myth and history collide in one of the most captivating tales of ancient Greece, the legend of the Minotaur and its labyrinth. This story, steeped in both terror and wonder, has fascinated generations, but how much of it is rooted in reality? The myth tells of a fearsome creature, half man and half bull, born from the union of Queen Pasiphae and a sacred bull. The Minotaur was imprisoned in a vast, intricate labyrinth designed by the legendary craftsman Daedalus. Every 9 years, the city of Athens was forced to send 7 young men and 7 young women as tribute to be devoured by the beast. This gruesome cycle continued until the hero Theseus, with the help of Princess Ariadne, ventured into the labyrinth, slew the Minotaur, and found his way out using a ball of thread. But could such a labyrinth have truly existed? Enter the palace of Knossos, the center of the Minoan civilization, and one of the most significant archaeological sites in Crete. Discovered in the early 20th century by Sir Arthur Evans, the palace is a sprawling complex of courtyards, chambers, and corridors. Its intricate layout, with its maze-like design, has led many to speculate that it inspired the legend of the labyrinth. The Palace of Knossos was not just a royal residence but a hub of political, religious, and economic activity. Its vibrant frescoes, advanced plumbing systems, and storerooms filled with treasures paint a picture of a sophisticated society. Yet, its winding passages and multiple levels could easily have been interpreted as a labyrinth by later generations, especially after the palace fell into ruin and its original purpose was forgotten. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence suggesting that the Minoans practiced bull leaping, a ritual that involved acrobatics with bulls. This practice, depicted in frescoes and artifacts, may have contributed to the myth of the Minotaur. The bull held a sacred place in Minoan culture, symbolizing strength and fertility, and its association with the labyrinth could have been a way to explain the palace's complex layout and the rituals performed within its walls. However, the connection between the Palace of Knossos and the Minotaur's labyrinth remains a subject of debate. While the palace's design is undeniably labyrinthine, there is no direct evidence of a literal labyrinth or a monstrous creature. Some scholars argue that the myth may have been a symbolic representation of the Minoan civilization's decline, with the Minotaur embodying the chaos and destruction that followed. As we piece together the fragments of this ancient mystery, one thing is clear. The legend of the Minotaur and its labyrinth continues to captivate us, blending history, myth, and imagination in a way that only ancient Greece could. Our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us next to another enigmatic artifact, the Phaistos Disc. What secrets does this ancient clay disc hold, and why has it remained one of history's greatest linguistic puzzles? Stay with us as we unravel this fascinating mystery. Now, let's shift our focus to another captivating mystery from ancient Greece, the Phaistos Disc. Unearthed in 1908 at the Minoan palace of Phaistos on the island of Crete, this small clay disc has baffled historians, archaeologists, and linguists for over a century. Covered on both sides with a spiral of stamped symbols, the disc is one of the most enigmatic artifacts ever discovered, and its secrets remain tantalizingly out of reach. The Phaistos Disc is roughly the size of a modern dinner plate and features 45 unique symbols arranged in groups, spiraling inward from the edge. These symbols, which include images of humans, animals, plants, and tools, are unlike any other writing system found in the ancient world. The fact that the symbols were stamped into the clay using individual seals suggests a level of sophistication that challenges our understanding of Minoan technology and culture. But what do these symbols mean? That's the million-dollar question. Despite numerous attempts to decode the disc, no one has been able to definitively decipher its message. Some scholars believe it could be a religious text, perhaps a hymn or a prayer. Others suggest it might be a form of administrative record-keeping, listing goods or resources. There are even theories that it could be a piece of ancient poetry or a narrative story. The truth is, we simply don't know. The mystery deepens when we consider the disc's origins. It dates back to around 1700 BC, during the height of the Minoan civilization, yet no other examples of this script have ever been found. This has led some to speculate that the disc might be a unique artifact, perhaps a one-off creation or even a forgery. However, most experts agree that it is genuine, making its singularity all the more puzzling. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that the Minoans are known to have used other writing systems such as Linear A and Linear B. Linear A, like the Phaistos Disc, remains undeciphered, while Linear B was eventually decoded in the 1950s, revealing it to be an early form of Greek. The existence of multiple writing systems in Minoan Crete suggests a complex and multifaceted society, but it also raises questions about why the Phaistos Disc stands alone, with no clear connection to these other scripts. Theories about the disc's purpose and meaning continue to emerge, ranging from the plausible to the wildly speculative. Some researchers have proposed that it could be a form of ancient board game, while others have suggested it might be a star map or even a message from an extraterrestrial civilization. While these ideas are intriguing, they remain unproven, leaving the Phaistos Disc firmly in the realm of mystery. What makes the Phaistos Disc so fascinating is not just its undeciphered symbols but what it represents, a glimpse into a world we still don't fully understand. It challenges us to reconsider what we know about ancient civilizations and their capabilities. Was it a practical tool, a work of art, or something entirely different? Until we find more clues, the Phaistos Disc will continue to be one of the greatest linguistic puzzles of ancient Greece. As we move forward in our exploration of forgotten mysteries, our next stop takes us to the secretive religious rites of Eleusis. What were the Eleusinian Mysteries and why were they so closely guarded? Join us as we uncover the secrets of this ancient cult and its enduring legacy. Now let's step into the shadows of ancient Greece and uncover one of its most guarded secrets, the Eleusinian Mysteries. For over 2,000 years, these sacred rites were performed in the city of Eleusis, just outside Athens, and they remain one of the most enigmatic aspects of Greek religious life. Unlike other public festivals, the Eleusinian Mysteries were shrouded in secrecy, with initiates sworn to silence under penalty of death. But what exactly were these mysteries, and why were they so fiercely protected? The Eleusinian Mysteries were centered around the myth of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, and her daughter Persephone. According to the story, Persephone was abducted by Hades, the god of the underworld, plunging Demeter into grief and causing the earth to wither. After a long search, Demeter discovered Persephone's fate and negotiated her return, but only for part of the year. This myth symbolized the cycle of the season's death and rebirth and became the foundation of the mysteries. The rites themselves were divided into two main parts, the lesser mysteries held in the spring and the greater mysteries celebrated in the fall. The lesser mysteries served as a kind of preparation, purifying initiates and introducing them to the sacred teachings. The greater mysteries, however, were the heart of the experience. Lasting several days, they involved processions, sacrifices, and dramatic reenactments of the Demeter-Persephone myth. The climax of the rituals took place in the Telesterion, a massive hall where initiates experienced a profound revelation, though the exact nature of this revelation remains unknown. What makes the Eleusinian Mysteries so fascinating is not just their secrecy but their universal appeal. People from all walks of life, men and women, free citizens and slaves, Greeks and foreigners, were allowed to participate, provided they spoke Greek and had not committed murder. This inclusivity was rare in the ancient world and speaks to the mystery's profound spiritual significance. Many who underwent the initiation described it as a life-changing experience, offering a sense of hope and connection to the divine. Yet, despite their popularity, the details of the rituals have been lost to time. The initiate's oath of silence was so strictly enforced that no written records of the ceremonies survive. What little we know comes from scattered references in ancient texts and the archaeological remains of the sanctuary at Eleusis. Some scholars speculate that the rituals involved the use of a hallucinogenic substance, possibly derived from barley or ergot, which could explain the transformative experiences reported by initiates. Others believe the mysteries relied on powerful symbolism and dramatic storytelling to evoke a sense of awe and enlightenment. The Eleusinian Mysteries endured for centuries, surviving political upheavals and cultural shifts until they were finally suppressed in the 4th century CE with the rise of Christianity. Their legacy, however, lives on. They influenced later religious movements, including early Christian practices, and continue to captivate historians and spiritual seekers alike. As we leave the sacred grounds of Eleusis, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us to another enigma, the lost tomb of Alexander the Great. Where could this legendary conqueror's final resting place be, and why has it eluded discovery for so long? Let's explore the clues and theories that surround this enduring mystery. Now, as we turn our attention from the spiritual secrets of Eleusis, we find ourselves drawn to one of history's most tantalizing enigmas, the lost tomb of Alexander the Great. This legendary conqueror, who carved out one of the largest empires the ancient world had ever seen, met his end in Babylon in 323 BC. Yet, the whereabouts of his final resting place remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of antiquity. Alexander's death marked the beginning of a long and convoluted journey for his remains. Initially, his body was placed in a golden sarcophagus and transported to Memphis in Egypt as per his own wishes. However, his successor, Ptolemy, later moved the tomb to Alexandria, where it became a site of pilgrimage and reverence. For centuries, Alexander's tomb was a landmark visited by Roman emperors and dignitaries, including Julius Caesar and Augustus. But by the 4th century CE, its location began to fade from memory, and today it has vanished entirely. So, what happened to Alexander's tomb? Theories abound, each more intriguing than the last. Some historians believe the tomb was destroyed during the political and religious upheavals that swept through Alexandria in late antiquity. Others suggest it may have been submerged due to rising sea levels or buried beneath the city's ever-shifting landscape. There's even a tantalizing possibility that the tomb was secretly relocated to protect it from looters or invaders, though no evidence has surfaced to confirm this. Modern efforts to locate the tomb have been equally fascinating. Archaeologists and historians have scoured ancient texts, maps, and even satellite imagery in search of clues. One promising lead points to the area around the Mosque of Nabi Daniel in Alexandria, where some believe the tomb might lie hidden beneath layers of history. Excavations in the region have uncovered fragments of ancient structures, but the definitive discovery of Alexander's tomb remains elusive. The mystery of Alexander's final resting place is more than just a historical puzzle. It's a testament to the enduring legacy of one of history's most iconic figures. His tomb, wherever it may be, represents not only the physical remains of a great leader, but also the cultural and political significance he held for the ancient world. As we ponder the fate of Alexander's tomb, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece leads us to another colossal wonder, the Colossus of Rhodes. How did this towering statue come to be, and what led to its dramatic downfall? Let's uncover the story behind one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Now, shifting our gaze from the elusive tomb of Alexander the Great, we arrive at the shores of Rhodes, where one of the most awe-inspiring monuments of the ancient world once stood, the Colossus of Rhodes. This towering statue, celebrated as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was a marvel of engineering and artistry, but its story is as much about its grandeur as it is about its dramatic downfall. The Colossus was built to commemorate the island's victory over the invading forces of Demetrius I of Macedon in 304 BCE. After a year-long siege, the people of Rhodes used the abandoned siege equipment left behind by Demetrius to fund the construction of this massive statue. Standing at an estimated height of 110 feet, the Colossus depicted the sun god Helios, the patron deity of Rhodes. For 56 years, it loomed over the harbor, a symbol of resilience and divine favor. But the Colossus's reign as a wonder of the world was tragically short-lived. In 226 BC, a powerful earthquake struck Rhodes, toppling the statue at its knees. According to ancient accounts, the Colossus lay in ruins for centuries, its massive bronze fragments scattered across the harbor. The people of Rhodes, adhering to an oracle's warning, chose not to rebuild it, and over time, the statue's remains were sold off as scrap metal. The exact appearance and location of the Colossus have been subjects of intense debate. Contrary to popular depictions, it's unlikely the statue straddled the harbor entrance, as this would have been impractical given the technology of the time. Instead, historians believe it stood on a pedestal near the harbor, overlooking the sea. The lack of detailed contemporary descriptions has left much to the imagination, fueling artistic interpretations and modern reconstructions. Today, the Colossus of Rhodes remains a symbol of human ambition and the fleeting nature of even the grandest achievements. Its story invites us to reflect on the intersection of art, engineering, and the forces of nature. As we leave the ruins of Rhodes behind, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us to the enigmatic collapse of the Minoan civilization, a tale of natural disasters, invasions, and a once thriving culture lost to time. Now, as we turn our attention from the fallen Colossus of Rhodes, we journey further back in time to the island of Crete, where the once thriving Minoan civilization met a mysterious and abrupt end. The Minoans, known for their advanced architecture, vibrant art, and intricate trade networks, dominated the Aegean world for centuries. Yet, around 1450 BC, their civilization began to crumble, leaving behind a puzzle that has fascinated historians and archaeologists for generations. One of the most compelling theories points to the catastrophic eruption of the Thera volcano, located on the island of Santorini. This eruption, one of the largest in recorded history, is believed to have occurred around 1600 BC, sending shockwaves across the Mediterranean. The explosion would have unleashed tsunamis, earthquakes, and a thick blanket of ash, devastating nearby settlements and disrupting the Minoans' maritime trade routes. Some scholars argue that this natural disaster weakened the Minoan economy and infrastructure, making them vulnerable to external threats. Another theory suggests that the Minoans fell victim to invasion. Around the same time as their decline, the Mycenaeans, a warrior culture from mainland Greece, began to expand their influence across the Aegean. Archaeological evidence shows Mycenaean artifacts appearing in Minoan palaces, hinting at a possible takeover. Whether through conquest or gradual assimilation, the Mycenaeans may have played a significant role in the Minoans' downfall. Yet the story doesn't end there. Some researchers propose that a combination of factors, natural disasters, invasions, and internal strife led to the collapse. The Minoans' reliance on centralized palaces for administration and trade may have made them particularly susceptible to disruption. When these centers were damaged or destroyed, the entire system could have unraveled, leaving the civilization in disarray. The disappearance of the Minoans remains one of the great enigmas of ancient history. Their legacy, however, endures in the ruins of their palaces, the beauty of their frescoes, and the influence they had on later Greek cultures. As we leave the mysteries of Crete behind, our exploration of ancient Greece's forgotten secrets takes us to the shadowy rituals of the Spartan crypteia, where young warriors were tested in ways that defy modern understanding. Now, shifting our focus from the enigmatic fall of the Minoans, we step into the shadowy world of Sparta, where the crypteia, a secretive and brutal initiation ritual, shaped the lives of young Spartan warriors. This practice, shrouded in mystery and controversy, offers a glimpse into the extreme measures Sparta took to maintain its military dominance and social order. The Crypteia was not your typical rite of passage. It was a test of endurance, cunning, and ruthlessness designed to mold Spartan boys into hardened soldiers. Each year, select young men, often in their late teens, were sent into the countryside with nothing but a dagger and minimal supplies. Their mission: to survive by any means necessary while also targeting the Helots, the enslaved population that worked the land for Sparta. This ritual served a dual purpose. On one hand, it was a brutal training exercise teaching young Spartans to endure hardship, think strategically, and act decisively. On the other hand, it was a tool of terror aimed at suppressing the Helots and preventing rebellion. By striking fear into the hearts of the enslaved population, the Spartans ensured their dominance over a vastly outnumbered ruling class. The Crypteia also reinforced the values of Spartan society, which prized discipline, loyalty, and military prowess above all else. For the young warriors, completing the Crypteia was a badge of honor, marking their transition into full-fledged members of the Spartan military elite. Yet, the psychological toll of such a ritual cannot be overlooked. It demanded not only physical strength but also a willingness to embrace violence and cruelty, traits that were celebrated in Spartan culture but would be unthinkable in most societies today. Historians debate the extent to which the Crypteia was a formalized institution or a more sporadic practice. Some ancient sources, like the philosopher Plato, describe it as a state-sanctioned program, while others suggest it may have been less organized. Regardless, its impact on Spartan society was profound, shaping the mindset of its warriors and maintaining the rigid hierarchy that defined the city-state. As we leave behind the chilling world of the Crypteia, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece continues. Next, we turn to the lost works of Aristotle, whose missing writings have left a gaping hole in our understanding of ancient philosophy and science. What secrets might these texts have held, and why were they lost to history? The answers await as we delve deeper into the past. Now, as we move from the shadows of Spartan brutality, we find ourselves stepping into the realm of intellectual loss, a mystery that has left scholars and philosophers yearning for answers for centuries. The lost works of Aristotle represent one of the most significant gaps in our understanding of ancient thought. Known as one of history's greatest minds, Aristotle's surviving works have shaped Western philosophy, science, and logic. But what about the writings that didn't survive? What treasures of knowledge might they have contained, and why did they vanish? Aristotle was a prolific writer, producing hundreds of texts on topics ranging from biology and physics to ethics and politics. Yet, only a fraction of his works have survived to the present day. The lost writings include dialogues, treatises, and even personal notes, many of which were said to be more accessible and engaging than his surviving technical works. These missing texts could have offered deeper insights into his philosophical methods, his views on art and literature, or even his personal reflections on life and human nature. The disappearance of these works is shrouded in mystery. Some historians believe they were lost during the chaotic period following Aristotle's death, when his library was scattered or destroyed. Others suggest that the texts were deliberately suppressed, either by political forces or by later philosophers who sought to control the narrative of ancient thought. Whatever the cause, their absence has left us with an incomplete picture of Aristotle's genius, forcing us to piece together his ideas from the fragments that remain. The loss of Aristotle's works has had a profound impact on our understanding of ancient philosophy. Without these texts, we miss critical connections between his ideas and those of his predecessors like Plato, as well as his influence on later thinkers. For instance, his lost dialogues might have revealed how he refined Plato's theories, or how he approached questions of metaphysics and ethics in ways that differed from his surviving works. This gap in knowledge has led to centuries of speculation and debate among scholars. each trying to reconstruct what might have been. Despite the mystery, the search for Aristotle's lost works continues to captivate historians and archaeologists. From ancient libraries to forgotten archives, the hunt for these texts is a reminder of how much of our intellectual heritage remains hidden, waiting to be rediscovered. As we ponder what these lost writings might have revealed, we are reminded of the fragility of knowledge and the importance of preserving the wisdom of the past. With the mystery of Aristotle's lost works still lingering, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us next to the sacred band of Thebes, an elite military unit whose story of courage and loyalty has fascinated historians for centuries. What made this group so unique, and how did they leave their mark on history? The answers lie ahead as we continue to uncover the secrets of the ancient world. Now, shifting our focus from the intellectual void left by Aristotle's lost works, we turn to a story of courage, loyalty, and an unconventional bond that defined one of ancient Greece's most legendary military units, the Sacred Band of Thebes. This elite fighting force, composed of 150 pairs of male lovers, was not just a symbol of military prowess, but also a testament to the power of emotional connection in battle. Their story is one of triumph, tragedy, and a legacy that continues to inspire. The Sacred Band was formed in the 4th century before the Common Era, during a time when Thebes sought to assert itself as a dominant power in Greece. What set this unit apart was its unique composition. Each soldier fought alongside his beloved, creating a bond that was believed to make them fight more fiercely and fearlessly. The idea was simple yet profound. Lovers would rather die together than face the shame of abandoning one another in battle. This deep emotional connection made the Sacred Band a formidable force, feared and respected by their enemies. Their most famous victory came at the Battle of Leuctra in 371 before the Common Era, where they played a crucial role in defeating the previously invincible Spartan army. This victory not only shattered Sparta's dominance but also established Thebes as a major power in Greece. The Sacred Band's success was attributed to their discipline, unity, and the unbreakable bonds between its members. They became a symbol of what could be achieved when soldiers fought not just for glory or duty, but for love and loyalty to one another. However, their story took a tragic turn at the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 before the Common Era. Facing the forces of Philip II of Macedon and his son, Alexander, the Sacred Band fought valiantly but were ultimately overwhelmed. It is said that every member of the unit either died in battle or chose to fall by their lover's side rather than retreat. Their defeat marked the end of Theban dominance and the rise of Macedon as the new power in Greece. Yet, even in their fall, the Sacred Band left an indelible mark on history, remembered not just for their bravery but for the unique bond that defined them. The legacy of the Sacred Band of Thebes endures as a powerful reminder of the strength that comes from unity and emotional connection. Their story challenges us to rethink the nature of courage and the bonds that drive people to extraordinary acts. As we reflect on their triumphs and tragedies, we are reminded that history is not just shaped by battles and strategies, but also by the human connections that inspire them. With the tale of the Sacred Band now behind us, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece leads us next to the sudden and mysterious collapse of the Mycenaean civilization. What caused this once great society to fall, and what clues have archaeologists uncovered about its demise? The answers await as we continue to unravel the secrets of the ancient world. Now, as we step away from the emotional legacy of the Sacred Band of Thebes, we find ourselves facing one of the most puzzling chapters in ancient Greek history, the sudden and dramatic collapse of the Mycenaean civilization. This once thriving society, known for its grand palaces, intricate art, and powerful warriors, seemingly vanished almost overnight. What could have caused such a dramatic downfall? The answer, as it turns out, is as complex as the civilization itself. The Mycenaean civilization, which flourished from around 1600 to 1100 before the Common Era, was a dominant force in the ancient world. Their influence stretched across the Aegean, and their legacy includes iconic sites like the Lion Gate at Mycenae and the Treasury of Atreus. Yet, by the end of the 12th century before the Common Era, their palaces lay in ruins, their writing system, Linear B, disappeared, and their once thriving trade networks crumbled. So, what happened? One of the leading theories points to invasions by mysterious groups often referred to as the Sea Peoples. These seafaring raiders are believed to have swept through the eastern Mediterranean, attacking coastal cities and disrupting trade routes. While the exact identity of the Sea Peoples remains a mystery, their impact on the Mycenaean world is undeniable. Archaeological evidence shows signs of widespread destruction at Mycenaean sites, suggesting that these invasions may have played a significant role in their downfall. Another compelling theory involves natural disasters. The Mycenaean heartland was located in a region prone to earthquakes, and some scholars believe that a series of devastating quakes could have weakened their cities, making them vulnerable to external threats. Additionally, climate change during this period may have led to droughts and food shortages, further destabilizing the civilization. Imagine a society already struggling with internal challenges suddenly facing the wrath of nature. It's a scenario that could easily lead to collapse. Speaking of internal challenges, internal strife and political instability are also thought to have contributed to the Mycenaean decline. The Mycenaean world was made up of several independent city-states, each ruled by a powerful king. Over time, competition and conflict between these rulers may have weakened their ability to respond to external threats. Some evidence even suggests that civil wars or rebellions could have fractured the society from within, leaving it unable to withstand the pressures from outside. As we piece together these theories, it becomes clear that the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization was likely the result of multiple factors working in tandem. Invasions, natural disasters, and internal strife all played their part in bringing down this once great society. Yet, even in their fall, the Mycenaeans left behind a legacy that would shape the future of Greece. Their stories, preserved in myths and legends, continue to captivate us, offering a glimpse into a world that was both magnificent and fragile. With the mystery of the Mycenaean collapse now explored, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us next to a tale of curses, tombs, and the eerie events surrounding the discovery of Agamemnon's final resting place. What secrets lie buried beneath the soil of Mycenae, and what strange occurrences have baffled archaeologists for centuries? The answers await as we continue to uncover the secrets of the ancient world. Now, as we turn our attention from the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization, we find ourselves drawn into a tale steeped in myth, mystery, and the chilling whispers of a curse. The story of Agamemnon's tomb is one that intertwines legend with archaeology, leaving us to wonder whether the ancient Greeks believed in curses, or if there's something more to the eerie events that followed its discovery. Agamemnon, the legendary king of Mycenae and leader of the Greek forces during the Trojan War, has long been a figure of fascination. His story, immortalized in Homer's epics, is one of triumph and tragedy. But it's not just his life that captivates us, it's the mystery surrounding his death and the supposed curse tied to his final resting place. According to legend, Agamemnon was murdered upon his return from Troy, betrayed by those closest to him. His tomb, hidden for centuries, was said to be protected by a curse meant to punish anyone who dared disturb his eternal slumber. The discovery of Agamemnon's tomb in the late 19th century by archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann only deepened the mystery. Schliemann, known for his work at Troy, believed he had found the burial site of the legendary king when he uncovered a series of shaft graves at Mycenae. Among the treasures he unearthed were golden death masks, intricate jewelry, and weapons artifacts that seemed to confirm the grandeur of Mycenae's rulers. But it was the mask Schliemann famously declared to be the Mask of Agamemnon that captured the world's imagination. While modern scholars debate whether the mask truly belonged to Agamemnon, the discovery remains one of the most significant in archaeological history. Yet, the excitement of the find was soon overshadowed by strange occurrences. Stories began to circulate about misfortunes befalling those involved in the excavation. Some claimed that Schliemann himself faced a series of personal tragedies, while others pointed to the sudden deaths of workers or the mysterious illnesses that plagued the team. Whether these events were mere coincidence or the result of an ancient curse, they added an air of unease to the discovery. Even today, the legend of the curse persists, fueling speculation about the power of the past to reach into the present. The tomb's connection to Agamemnon also raises questions about the intersection of myth and history. While the artifacts found at the site provide a glimpse into the wealth and sophistication of Mycenaean rulers, they also remind us of the enduring power of storytelling. The curse, whether real or imagined, serves as a reminder of how deeply the ancient Greeks believed in the consequences of disturbing the dead. It's a theme that resonates across cultures and centuries, reminding us that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. As we leave the shadow of Agamemnon's tomb, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us next to a place where myth and nature collide: the lost island of Thera. Could this volcanic island hold the key to one of the greatest legends of all time, the myth of Atlantis? The answers lie ahead as we continue to unravel the secrets of the ancient world. Now, as we step away from the haunting whispers of Agamemnon's tomb, our journey takes us to a place where nature's fury and human imagination intertwine: the lost island of Thera. Known today as Santorini, this breathtaking archipelago hides a dramatic past, one marked by a cataclysmic volcanic eruption that reshaped the ancient world and may have inspired one of history's most enduring legends, the myth of Atlantis. Around 3,600 years ago, Thera was a thriving center of Minoan culture, a bustling hub of trade and artistry. But this prosperity was shattered when the island's volcano erupted with unimaginable force. The explosion was so powerful that it is often compared to the eruption of Krakatoa in the 19th century, sending shockwaves across the Mediterranean. Thera was buried under layers of ash, its cities obliterated and its people scattered. The eruption triggered tsunamis that devastated nearby Crete, weakening the Minoan civilization and leaving a lasting mark on the region's history. But the story of Thera doesn't end with its destruction. Over time, the island's fate became intertwined with myth. Some scholars believe that the eruption and its aftermath may have inspired Plato's tale of Atlantis, the advanced civilization that supposedly sank into the sea in a single day and night. Plato's description of Atlantis, a wealthy, powerful society that met a sudden, catastrophic end, bears striking similarities to what we know of Thera. Could this lost island be the real-life inspiration for one of the greatest legends of all time? Archaeological discoveries on Thera have only deepened the mystery. Excavations at the site of Akrotiri have revealed a remarkably preserved Minoan settlement, complete with intricate frescoes, advanced architecture, and evidence of a sophisticated society. These findings suggest that Thera was a flourishing center of culture and innovation before its sudden demise. Yet, despite the wealth of artifacts, many questions remain. What caused the eruption? How did the survivors rebuild their lives? And why did this event capture the imagination of ancient storytellers? The connection between Thera and Atlantis remains a topic of debate. While some argue that the similarities are too compelling to ignore, others caution against conflating myth with history. What is clear, however, is that the eruption of Thera was a pivotal moment in the ancient world, one that left an indelible mark on both the physical landscape and the collective memory of the Mediterranean. As we reflect on the lost island of Thera, we're reminded of the power of nature to shape human destiny and the enduring allure of stories that blur the line between fact and fiction. But our exploration of ancient Greece's forgotten mysteries is far from over. Next, we turn our attention to another enigmatic figure from the past, the Sphinx of Naxos, a colossal statue whose origins and purpose continue to baffle historians and archaeologists alike. Now, as we leave behind the volcanic echoes of Thera, our journey brings us to the shores of Naxos, where another ancient enigma awaits, the Sphinx of Naxos. Towering and majestic, this colossal statue has puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries, its origins shrouded in mystery and its purpose a subject of endless speculation. The Sphinx of Naxos is believed to have been crafted around 560 years before the Common Era, during the height of Naxos's influence in the Aegean. Standing at an impressive height of over 2 meters, the statue depicts the mythical Sphinx, a creature with the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the head of a human. This hybrid figure, often associated with riddles and guardianship, was a common motif in ancient Greek art, but the Naxian Sphinx stands out for its sheer size and intricate craftsmanship. But why was such a monumental statue created? Some scholars suggest it served as a guardian figure, perhaps placed at a sacred site or temple to ward off evil spirits. Others propose it was a votive offering, a gift to the gods to secure their favor. The Sphinx's original location remains a mystery, though it is widely believed to have adorned the sanctuary of Apollo on the island of Delos, a major religious and cultural center in antiquity. The statue's disappearance is equally intriguing. At some point in history, the Sphinx of Naxos vanished from the archaeological record, leaving behind only fragments of its story. It wasn't until the 19th century that the statue was rediscovered, pieced together from scattered remains. Today, it stands as a testament to the skill and artistry of ancient Naxian sculptors, yet its full story remains incomplete. What makes the Sphinx of Naxos particularly fascinating is the blend of myth and reality it represents. The Sphinx itself is a creature of legend, immortalized in stories like the riddle of the Sphinx of Thebes. Yet the Naxian Sphinx is a tangible artifact, a bridge between the mythical and the historical. Its rediscovery in modern times has reignited interest in its origins, prompting new questions about its role in ancient Greek society and the beliefs that inspired its creation. As we ponder the mysteries of the Sphinx of Naxos, we're reminded of the enduring power of ancient art to captivate and inspire. But our exploration of Greece's forgotten mysteries is far from over. Next, we delve into the secretive world of the Pythagorean Brotherhood, a group whose mathematical discoveries and enigmatic practices have left an indelible mark on history. Now, as we turn our attention from the enigmatic Sphinx of Naxos, we step into the shadowy world of the Pythagorean Brotherhood, a group whose influence on mathematics, philosophy, and even mysticism continues to resonate through the ages. This secretive society, founded by the legendary mathematician Pythagoras around 550 years before the Common Era, was far more than a school of thought. It was a way of life, bound by strict rules and shrouded in mystery. The Pythagorean Brotherhood was known for its devotion to numbers, believing that mathematics held the key to understanding the universe. Pythagoras and his followers saw numbers as sacred, attributing mystical properties to them and using them to explain everything from music to the cosmos. Their most famous discovery, the Pythagorean theorem, remains a cornerstone of geometry today, but their mathematical contributions extended far beyond this single formula. They explored concepts like perfect numbers, ratios, and harmonics, laying the groundwork for much of Western mathematics. Yet, the Brotherhood was not just a group of scholars, it was a tightly knit community with a strict code of conduct. Members were required to live ascetic lives, adhering to rules that governed everything from diet to speech. Silence, for instance, was a core tenet, with initiates often required to observe long periods of quiet reflection. The Brotherhood also practiced secrecy, sharing their discoveries only among themselves and guarding their knowledge from outsiders. This exclusivity added to their mystique, but also sowed the seeds of their eventual downfall. The downfall of the Pythagorean Brotherhood is as dramatic as its rise. Around 450 years before the Common Era, political tensions in the Greek city of Croton, where the Brotherhood was based, led to a violent uprising. The group's influence and secretive nature had made them targets of suspicion and envy. In a tragic turn of events, their meeting place was set ablaze and many members were killed, including Pythagoras himself, though accounts of his death vary. The surviving members scattered and the Brotherhood's secrets began to fade into history. Despite their demise, the legacy of the Pythagorean Brotherhood endures. Their mathematical discoveries shaped the course of science and philosophy, while their mystical approach to numbers influenced later thinkers and even esoteric traditions. The story of the Brotherhood reminds us of the power of knowledge and the dangers of guarding it too closely. As we reflect on the rise and fall of this enigmatic group, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece continues. Next, we uncover the story of the lost library of Alexandria, a treasure trove of ancient knowledge whose destruction remains one of history's greatest losses. Shifting our focus from the secrets of the Pythagorean Brotherhood, we now journey to one of the most tragic losses in human history, the lost library of Alexandria. This legendary institution, often hailed as the greatest library of the ancient world, was more than just a collection of scrolls. It was a beacon of knowledge, a hub of intellectual exchange, and a symbol of humanity's thirst for understanding. Its destruction remains a haunting mystery, leaving us to wonder about the untold treasures it once held. The Library of Alexandria was founded in the 3rd century before the Common Era, during the reign of Ptolemy II, in the bustling city of Alexandria, Egypt. It was part of a larger complex known as the Mausoleum, or Temple of the Muses, which served as a center for scholars, poets, and scientists from across the ancient world. The library's mission was ambitious: to collect every known work of literature, science, and philosophy, making it the ultimate repository of human knowledge. At its peak, it is said to have housed hundreds of thousands of scrolls, including works by Homer, Plato, and Euclid, as well as rare texts from distant lands. But the library's grandeur was not to last. The exact circumstances of its destruction remain shrouded in uncertainty, with multiple theories pointing to different events over several centuries. One of the most widely cited accounts involves Julius Caesar, who, during his campaign in Alexandria in 48 before the Common Era, allegedly set fire to ships in the harbor. The flames are said to have spread to the city, consuming part of the library. Other theories point to later attacks, including the Roman Emperor Aurelian's invasion in the 3rd century and the Muslim conquest of Alexandria in the 7th century. Each event may have contributed to the library's gradual decline, but the full story remains elusive. The loss of the Library of Alexandria was a devastating blow to the ancient world. Countless works of literature, science, and philosophy were lost forever, erasing centuries of accumulated knowledge. Scholars estimate that the library contained texts on topics ranging from astronomy and medicine to history and poetry, many of which have no surviving copies today. The destruction of the library not only set back intellectual progress but also left a void in our understanding of ancient civilizations. Despite its tragic end, the legacy of the Library of Alexandria continues to inspire. Modern efforts to uncover its remains have captivated archaeologists and historians, though the search has proven challenging. The exact location of the library is still debated, with some believing it lies beneath the modern city of Alexandria, while others suggest it may have been part of a larger complex that has since been lost to time. Recent excavations have uncovered fragments of ancient scrolls and artifacts, offering tantalizing clues but no definitive answers. The story of the lost Library of Alexandria serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of knowledge and the importance of preserving it for future generations. As we reflect on this ancient tragedy, our exploration of the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece continues. Next, we delve into the secrets of Greek fire, a mysterious weapon that gave the Byzantine Empire a formidable edge in warfare. Turning now to another enigmatic chapter of ancient history, we uncover the secrets of Greek fire, a weapon so powerful and mysterious that it became the stuff of legend. This incendiary substance used by the Byzantine Empire was a game-changer in naval warfare, striking fear into the hearts of enemies and securing victories against overwhelming odds. Yet, despite its fame, the exact composition of Greek fire remains one of history's most tantalizing mysteries. Greek fire first emerged in the 7th century during the reign of Emperor Constantine IV. It was a closely guarded state secret developed by a Syrian engineer named Kallinikos, who fled to Constantinople after the Arab conquest of his homeland. The weapon was primarily deployed in naval battles where it could be sprayed or hurled at enemy ships, igniting upon contact with water. This made it particularly devastating as traditional methods of extinguishing flames were useless against it. The sight of Greek fire in action was said to be terrifying, with flames leaping across the waves and engulfing entire fleets in moments. The exact ingredients of Greek fire have never been fully determined, though historians and scientists have proposed various theories. Some believe it contained a mixture of petroleum, quicklime, and sulfur, while others suggest the addition of resin or naphtha to enhance its flammability. What made Greek fire so unique was its ability to burn on water, a property that baffled enemies and gave the Byzantines a significant tactical advantage. The weapon was so effective that it played a crucial role in defending Constantinople during multiple sieges, including the Arab assaults in the 7th and 8th centuries. Despite its military success, the formula for Greek fire was lost to history. The Byzantines guarded the secret with extreme care, limiting knowledge of its production to a select few. Over time, as the empire declined and its institutions crumbled, the recipe vanished. Some speculate that the knowledge was deliberately destroyed to prevent it from falling into enemy hands, while others believe it was simply forgotten as the empire's focus shifted away from naval dominance. Whatever the reason, the loss of Greek fire marked the end of an era, leaving behind only descriptions of its awe-inspiring power. Modern attempts to recreate Greek fire have yielded mixed results. While scientists have developed substances that mimic some of its properties, none have fully replicated the original formula. This enduring mystery has fueled fascination and speculation, with Greek fire becoming a symbol of ancient ingenuity and the fragility of human knowledge. Its story reminds us of how even the most advanced technologies can be lost to time, leaving behind only fragments of their former glory. As we reflect on the legacy of Greek fire, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece continues. Next, we turn our attention to the myth of the Amazons, exploring whether these legendary warrior women were more than just a figment of ancient imagination. Shifting our focus to another captivating legend, we now explore the myth of the Amazons, the fierce warrior women who have fascinated historians and storytellers for centuries. These legendary figures, often depicted as skilled fighters and independent leaders, have been a source of intrigue and debate, leaving us to wonder whether they were purely mythical or rooted in historical reality. The Amazons first appear in Greek mythology as a tribe of women who lived apart from men, excelling in archery, horseback riding, and combat. They were said to inhabit the edges of the known world, often associated with regions like the Black Sea or modern-day Turkey. Stories of their bravery and strength were immortalized in epic tales such as the labors of Hercules, where one of his tasks was to retrieve the girdle of the Amazon queen Hippolyta. These myths portrayed the Amazons as both formidable adversaries and symbols of female empowerment, challenging the traditional gender roles of ancient Greek society. But were the Amazons more than just a myth? Some historians and archaeologists believe they may have been inspired by real warrior women from ancient cultures. For example, excavations in the Eurasian steppes have uncovered graves of Scythian women buried with weapons, armor, and other artifacts typically associated with warriors. These findings suggest that societies in the region may have included women who fought alongside men, possibly influencing the Greek tales of the Amazons. Additionally, ancient Greek historians like Herodotus wrote about encounters with tribes of warrior women, further blurring the line between myth and history. The enduring fascination with the Amazons lies in their dual nature as both myth and potential historical figures. They represent a challenge to traditional narratives, offering a glimpse into how ancient societies might have imagined or even encountered women who defied societal norms. Their legacy has persisted through the ages, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and modern interpretations, from comic books to blockbuster films. As we delve deeper into the mystery of the Amazons, we are reminded of how myths often reflect the values, fears, and aspirations of the cultures that create them. Whether entirely fictional or based on real women, the Amazons continue to captivate our imagination, symbolizing strength, independence, and the enduring power of storytelling. With this exploration of the Amazons behind us, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us next to the riddle of the Sphinx, a tale that intertwines myth, symbolism, and the human quest for wisdom. Turning now to one of the most iconic puzzles of ancient mythology, we encounter the riddle of the Sphinx, a creature whose enigmatic question has echoed through the ages. The Sphinx, a mythical being with the body of a lion and the head of a human, is said to have guarded the entrance to the city of Thebes, challenging travelers with a riddle that none could solve. Those who failed met a grim fate, making the Sphinx not just a guardian but a symbol of the perilous quest for knowledge. The riddle itself is deceptively simple. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? The answer, as revealed by the hero Oedipus, is man. In the morning of life, a human crawls on all 4s as a baby. At noon, they walk upright on 2 legs as an adult, and in the evening they use a cane representing the 3rd leg in old age. This riddle, while seemingly straightforward, carries profound symbolic weight, reflecting the stages of human life and the inevitability of change and mortality. The origins of the Sphinx and her riddle are deeply rooted in Greek mythology, often linked to the tragic tale of Oedipus. According to legend, the Sphinx was sent by the gods as a punishment to Thebes, terrorizing the city until Oedipus arrived and solved her riddle. His victory over the Sphinx not only freed Thebes but also set him on a path to kingship and ultimately to his own tragic downfall. This connection between the riddle and Oedipus's story highlights the themes of fate, wisdom, and the consequences of seeking knowledge. Beyond its narrative role, the riddle of the Sphinx has been interpreted as a metaphor for the human condition. It speaks to the universal journey of life, the passage of time, and the challenges we face in understanding ourselves and our place in the world. The Sphinx herself embodies the duality of wisdom and danger, representing the idea that knowledge can be both empowering and perilous. As we reflect on the riddle of the Sphinx, we are reminded of the enduring power of myth to explore complex ideas through simple yet profound storytelling. This ancient puzzle continues to captivate us, not just for its cleverness but for its timeless relevance to the human experience. With this exploration of the Sphinx behind us, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece leads us next to the legend of the lost city of Tartessos, a tale of wealth, mystery, and the enduring allure of the unknown. Shifting our focus from the riddles of myth to the mysteries of history, we now turn to the legend of the lost city of Tartessos. Nestled in the southern reaches of what is now Spain, Tartessos was said to be a city of immense wealth and sophistication, its riches rivaling even the most celebrated civilizations of the ancient world. Described by Greek historians like Herodotus, Tartessos was a land of abundant silver and gold, a place where trade flourished and culture thrived. Yet, despite its prominence in ancient accounts, the city has never been found, leaving historians and archaeologists to wonder if it was a real place or merely a myth. The connection between Tartessos and Greek mythology adds another layer of intrigue to its story. Some scholars believe that Tartessos may have inspired the myth of the Garden of the Hesperides, a legendary paradise guarded by nymphs and home to golden apples. Others suggest that the city could be linked to the tale of the Pillars of Hercules, the gateway to the Atlantic Ocean, which marked the edge of the known world for ancient Greeks. These mythological ties have fueled speculation that Tartessos was not just a wealthy trading hub, but also a place of great symbolic significance in the ancient imagination. So why has Tartessos remained elusive? One theory points to its possible destruction by natural disasters, such as earthquakes or floods, which could have buried the city beneath layers of sediment. Another possibility is that Tartessos was intentionally abandoned or destroyed by invaders, its location lost to time as its people scattered. Despite numerous archaeological efforts, no definitive evidence of the city has been uncovered, leaving its existence shrouded in mystery. Some researchers argue that Tartessos may have been a confederation of settlements rather than a single city, making it even harder to pinpoint. The enduring allure of Tartessos lies not only in its wealth but also in its enigmatic disappearance. It represents the tantalizing possibility of uncovering a lost chapter of history, one that could reshape our understanding of ancient trade networks and cultural exchanges. As we continue to search for clues about this legendary city, we are reminded of the power of stories to inspire curiosity and exploration. With Tartessos, the line between myth and history blurs, inviting us to ponder the mysteries that still lie hidden beneath the sands of time. And as we leave this legend behind, our journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece takes us next to the enigmatic period known as the Greek Dark Ages, a time of decline and transformation that shaped the course of history. As we step away from the tantalizing enigma of Tartessos, we find ourselves entering a shadowy chapter of Greek history known as the Greek Dark Ages. This period, spanning roughly from the 12th to the 9th century before the Common Era, marks a time of profound decline and transformation. Following the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization, Greece entered an era of cultural stagnation, economic hardship, and social upheaval. The once thriving palaces of the Mycenaeans lay in ruins, their grand halls silent and their storied traditions seemingly lost to time. What caused this dramatic decline? Scholars have proposed several theories, each offering a piece of the puzzle. One leading explanation points to a series of invasions by mysterious groups often referred to as the Sea Peoples. These marauders swept through the eastern Mediterranean, destabilizing established kingdoms and leaving destruction in their wake. Another theory suggests that internal strife, such as civil wars or rebellions, may have weakened the Mycenaean states, making them vulnerable to collapse. Natural disasters, including earthquakes and prolonged droughts, could have further exacerbated the crisis, disrupting agriculture and trade networks that were vital to the Mycenaean economy. The impact of the Greek Dark Ages was profound and far-reaching. Writing, once a hallmark of Mycenaean administration, disappeared entirely, leaving behind a gap in the historical record. The intricate frescoes, pottery, and jewelry that had defined Mycenaean artistry gave way to simpler, more utilitarian designs. Populations declined, and many people abandoned urban centers, retreating to smaller, isolated villages. Yet, even in this period of decline, seeds of renewal were being sown. The Greek Dark Ages laid the groundwork for the rise of the city-states or polis that would later define classical Greece. It was during this time that the foundations of Greek language, religion, and culture began to take shape, setting the stage for the cultural renaissance that would follow. The mystery of the Greek Dark Ages lies not only in its causes but also in its legacy. How did a society that seemed to crumble so completely manage to rebuild itself into one of the most influential civilizations in history? The answer may lie in the resilience and adaptability of the Greek people, who preserved their traditions through oral storytelling and gradually rekindled their artistic and intellectual pursuits. As we reflect on this enigmatic period, we are reminded that even in times of darkness, the potential for renewal and transformation remains. And with that, we turn our attention to the next mystery, a tale of tragedy and fate that has captivated audiences for centuries, the curse of the House of Atreus. Now, as we leave behind the shadows of the Greek Dark Ages, we step into a tale steeped in tragedy, betrayal, and the inescapable grip of fate, the curse of the House of Atreus. This legendary family curse, woven deeply into the fabric of Greek mythology, tells a story of divine retribution, human ambition, and the cyclical nature of vengeance. It's a narrative that has not only shaped Greek drama, but also continues to resonate as a powerful exploration of the consequences of our actions. The curse begins with Tantalus, a figure whose arrogance and defiance of the gods set the stage for generations of suffering. His crime, serving his own son, Pelops, as a meal to the gods to test their omniscience. The gods, horrified by this act, resurrected Pelops and condemned Tantalus to eternal torment. But the curse did not end there. Pelops, though spared, carried the stain of his father's sin, and his descendants would pay the price. Atreus, Pelops' son, became the next bearer of the curse. His rivalry with his brother Phaistos spiraled into a gruesome cycle of betrayal and revenge. Atreus, in a horrifying act of vengeance, served Phaistos a meal made from his own children. This act of cruelty only deepened the curse, ensuring that the House of Atreus would remain entangled in a web of violence and retribution. The curse reached its zenith with Atreus' son, Agamemnon, the famed leader of the Greek forces during the Trojan War. Agamemnon's decision to sacrifice his daughter, Iphigenia, to appease the goddess Artemis and secure favorable winds for his fleet, marked another tragic chapter in the family's history. His wife, Clytemnestra, consumed by grief and rage, plotted his murder upon his return from Troy, further perpetuating the cycle of bloodshed. But the curse did not stop with Agamemnon. His son, Orestes, faced an impossible choice: avenge his father's death by killing his mother, or let the crime go unpunished. Orestes chose vengeance, slaying Clytemnestra, but this act brought him face to face with the Furies, ancient deities of retribution who tormented him for his matricide. His eventual acquittal by the gods marked a turning point, suggesting that the cycle of vengeance could be broken, but the legacy of the curse lingered. The story of the House of Atreus became a cornerstone of Greek tragedy, inspiring playwrights like Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides to explore themes of justice, fate, and the human condition. Through their works, the curse of the House of Atreus became a timeless reflection on the consequences of hubris, the weight of inherited sin, and the possibility of redemption. As we reflect on this tragic saga, we are reminded of the enduring power of myth to illuminate the complexities of human experience. The curse of the House of Atreus is not just a tale of ancient Greece. It is a mirror held up to our own struggles with morality, legacy, and the choices that define us. And with that, we turn to our final mystery, one that ties together wealth, power, and the divine, the lost treasure of Delphi. Now, as we turn our attention to the final mystery, we find ourselves drawn to the heart of ancient Greece, where wealth, power, and the divine converged in one of the most sacred sites of the ancient world, the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. Known as the center of the universe to the Greeks, Delphi was not only a place of prophecy but also a repository of unimaginable riches. The lost treasure of Delphi stands as one of history's most tantalizing enigmas, a story of opulence, plunder, and the enduring question of where it all went. The Temple of Apollo, home to the famed Oracle, was a magnet for offerings from across the ancient world. Kings, city-states, and ordinary pilgrims alike brought gifts of gold, silver, precious gems, and intricate artworks to honor the god and seek his favor. Over centuries, these offerings accumulated into a treasure trove of staggering proportions. Statues, jewelry, and even entire shrines were dedicated to Apollo, transforming Delphi into a glittering testament to the wealth and devotion of the ancient world. But such riches were not destined to remain untouched. As the fortunes of Greece shifted, so too did the fate of Delphi's treasure. The temple faced multiple invasions and lootings, beginning with the Phocians in the 4th century BC, who seized the treasures to fund their military campaigns. Later, the Romans, under Sulla and Nero, plundered Delphi, stripping it of its most valuable offerings. Each wave of looting left the temple diminished, its treasures scattered across empires and lost to time. The mystery of Delphi's treasure lies not only in its disappearance but also in the question of what remains. While some artifacts have been recovered over the centuries, the vast majority of the temple's wealth has never been found. Scholars and treasure hunters alike have speculated about its final resting place. Could it lie hidden in forgotten vaults buried beneath the ruins of Delphi? Or was it melted down, repurposed, and lost forever in the annals of history? The allure of Delphi's treasure extends beyond its material value. It represents a connection to the spiritual and cultural heart of ancient Greece, a tangible link to the beliefs and aspirations of a civilization that shaped the Western world. The loss of these treasures is not just a historical mystery but a reminder of the fragility of human achievement and the impermanence of even the most sacred places. As we ponder the fate of Delphi's wealth, we are left with a sense of wonder and curiosity. What stories could these lost treasures tell if they were to be found? And what secrets of the ancient world might they still hold? The mystery of the lost treasure of Delphi invites us to explore not only the past but also the enduring power of myth, memory, and the human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. And with that, we move to the next chapter of this journey, where modern efforts to uncover Delphi's secrets take center stage. Now, as we step into the present day, the search for Delphi's lost treasures continues to captivate archaeologists and historians alike. Modern technology and renewed interest have breathed new life into the quest to uncover what remains of the temple's once magnificent wealth. But this is no simple treasure hunt. It's a complex puzzle that requires patience, precision, and a deep understanding of the past. One of the most significant challenges researchers face is the sheer scale of Delphi's history. The site has been inhabited, rebuilt, and excavated multiple times over the centuries, leaving layers of history that are difficult to untangle. Archaeologists must carefully sift through these layers, piecing together clues from ancient texts, inscriptions, and the physical remains of the temple itself. It's a meticulous process where even the smallest artifact can hold the key to unlocking the secrets of Delphi's treasure. Ground-penetrating radar and other advanced imaging technologies have become invaluable tools in this search. These methods allow researchers to map the underground structures of Delphi without disturbing the site, revealing hidden chambers, tunnels, and potential storage areas that may have once held the temple's riches. However, the rocky terrain and the sheer complexity of the site often make these efforts frustratingly slow. Every discovery is hard-won, and every step forward requires careful analysis and interpretation. Another hurdle is the dispersal of Delphi's treasures across the ancient world. Many of the temple's offerings were taken far beyond Greece, scattered by conquerors and traders who saw value in their material worth rather than their cultural significance. Tracking these artifacts down requires international collaboration, as researchers work with museums, private collectors, and governments to identify and repatriate items that may have originated in Delphi. This global effort highlights the enduring legacy of the temple and the importance of preserving its history for future generations. Despite these challenges, there have been moments of triumph. In recent years, several artifacts believed to be part of Delphi's treasure have been identified and returned to Greece. These include intricately crafted statues, pieces of jewelry, and fragments of ancient inscriptions that offer glimpses into the temple's past. Each discovery adds another piece to the puzzle, helping to reconstruct the story of Delphi's wealth and its significance in the ancient world. Yet the search is far from over. The mystery of Delphi's treasure continues to inspire both professional archaeologists and amateur enthusiasts, driven by the hope of uncovering something truly extraordinary. What remains hidden beneath the soil of Delphi? Could there still be a cache of treasures waiting to be found, or has time erased all traces of the temple's former glory? These questions keep the search alive, reminding us that the past still holds secrets waiting to be revealed. As we look to the future, the story of Delphi's treasure serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of preserving our shared heritage. It's not just about the gold or the jewels, it's about understanding the people who created these treasures, the beliefs that inspired them, and the legacy they left behind. And with that, we turn to the final chapter of our journey, where we explore the cultural significance of Delphi's wealth and its enduring impact on the world. Shifting our focus now, let's explore the deeper meaning behind Delphi's treasures and their profound impact on ancient Greek society. The wealth of Delphi wasn't just about material riches, it was a reflection of the temple's central role in the spiritual and political life of the ancient world. As the home of the Oracle of Delphi, the temple was more than a religious site. It was a symbol of unity, power, and divine favor. In ancient Greece, offerings made to the gods were not merely acts of devotion, they were statements of identity and status. Cities, rulers, and individuals would bring gifts to Delphi, ranging from gold and silver to intricately crafted statues and ceremonial objects. These offerings were a way to honor Apollo, the god of prophecy, but they also served as a public display of wealth and influence. The more lavish the gift, the greater the prestige it brought to the giver. In this way, Delphi's treasures became a tangible record of the political and cultural dynamics of the time. The temple's wealth also played a key role in diplomacy. Rulers and city-states would often send gifts to Delphi as a gesture of goodwill or to secure the oracle's favor. The oracle's prophecies were highly sought after, and her blessings could legitimize a ruler's authority or justify a military campaign. By contributing to the temple's riches, leaders could strengthen their ties to Delphi and, by extension, to the broader Greek world. This made Delphi not just a religious center but a hub of political power and influence. Beyond its political significance, Delphi's wealth held deep symbolic meaning. The treasures stored within the temple were seen as offerings to the gods, and their presence was believed to ensure divine protection and prosperity. The act of giving was itself a sacred ritual, reinforcing the connection between the mortal and the divine. For the ancient Greeks, the accumulation of wealth at Delphi was a testament to the gods' favor and a reminder of humanity's dependence on their goodwill. The cultural impact of Delphi's treasures extended far beyond the temple walls. The stories of these riches, passed down through generations, became part of the collective memory of the Greek people. They inspired myths, legends, and artistic creations, shaping the cultural identity of the ancient world. Even today, the legacy of Delphi's wealth continues to captivate us, offering a window into the values, beliefs, and aspirations of a civilization that shaped the course of history. As we reflect on the cultural significance of Delphi's treasures, it's clear that their value goes far beyond their material worth. They are a testament to the power of faith, the complexities of human ambition, and the enduring connection between the past and the present. And with that, we conclude our exploration of Delphi's mysteries, but the story of ancient Greece's forgotten treasures is far from over. As we come to the end of our journey through the 25 forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece, it's impossible not to marvel at the depth and richness of this ancient civilization. From the sunken city of Helike to the enigmatic Phaistos Disc, and from the prophetic whispers of the Oracle of Delphi to the lost treasures of Apollo's temple, each mystery offers a unique glimpse into a world that continues to shape our understanding of history, culture, and human ingenuity. These stories remind us that the past is not just a collection of facts, it's a tapestry of wonder, intrigue, and unanswered questions that still captivate us today. The mysteries we've explored are more than just tales of the ancient world. They are windows into the values, beliefs, and aspirations of a people who laid the foundations for much of Western civilization. They challenge us to think critically, to question what we know, and to appreciate the complexities of a time when myth and history often intertwined. Whether it's the technological marvel of the Antikythera Mechanism or the tragic curse of the House of Atreus, each mystery invites us to reflect on the enduring legacy of ancient Greece and its influence on our modern world. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these 25 mysteries intrigued you the most? Was it the haunting disappearance of the Minoans, the legendary bravery of the sacred band of Thebes, or perhaps the unsolved riddle of the Sphinx? Let us know in the comments below. Your thoughts and insights are what make exploring history together so rewarding. And if you enjoyed this journey through the forgotten mysteries of ancient Greece, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more fascinating historical content. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the past.